Hello my beautiful people of the AER community, how are you doing? What's good? And if it's your first time around, welcome to the channel. It is my hope that the larger AER community has been very hospitable to you and that the content here is enjoyable for you as well. Now the video discussion I have for you today is based on a very simple observation. African movies look... wow. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? I mean, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. It's true. Yeah, I'll take their word for my singing later. But back to the topic. See that I have been interacting with more of our art in terms of cinema and TV. The rise in quality of art direction, film direction, and even the cinematography has not been lost on me. Modern day African entertainment media has really upped its eye candy status. As much as the major point of this should be my commentary and the discussion that we are having, this is actually one video I would urge you to keep your eyes on screen because these products sell themselves. So if something catches your eye, of which I am sure most of them will, then you should probably go and check them out for yourself. Because for more than just the visuals, which is what I will be focusing on in this discussion, these movies actually have some pretty great narrative stories that you should expose yourself to if you enjoy film and cinema. And now, shoving story structure, plot and narrative aside, let's talk aesthetics. Africa is an extremely beautiful place. If you've toured, you know, and if you live here, then you definitely know. And that's a fact that directors and cinematographers are well aware of and use to their advantage when they transcend African-based narratives to the silver screen. More and more modern African movies have been taking advantage of the natural lighting and the natural landscapes, thereby ditching the need to rely on scenes that are shot in created sets and that use set lighting. And of course, this is not to mean that these are not used at all, but it can be seen that more writers and directors are shifting towards scenes that are crafted to occur in and around natural locations. This, in turn, actually encourages the DOPs and the art directors to incorporate tools, skills, and techniques that can appreciate the value of shooting on location. This creative decision of shooting on location can be seen as a result of financial limitations on African filmmakers. And that could very well be the case, seeing that the creation of intricate sets is actually very expensive and the fact that African filmmakers don't usually have the biggest film budgets to work on. However, this limitation, if you so choose to see it as one, has actually boosted the creative endeavors of DOPs, art directors, makeup artists, wardrobe designers, you know, the whole creative filmmaking teams, to actually create some of the best scenes and the most gorgeous looking shots you have ever seen in cinema. As they say it, necessity is the mother of all inventions. And as is the case for African filmmakers, the necessity right now is to have our stories, our narratives out there in the cultural zeitgeist, contributing to world cinema and of course opening more people to our African tales and our perspectives. And to me, that is actually one of the biggest advantages of shooting on location. It actually grounds the identity of that film to the location that it is shot in. When you see an African movie, a beautifully shot African movie in a beautiful African location, then those images actually open the audience to the identity of that location, the value of it, and the people therein. However, these aesthetic masterpieces are not just the result of the limitations of or the blessings in disguise of shooting on location. The look and feel of these movies are inseparable from their creators. Bit of a tangent, I'm an avid sports fan. There's just something enriching and wholesome about an entire team of individuals working together to pull off a common goal. Bring this tangent to a close. Filmmaking is absolutely the same thing. For a film to be realized, even a bad one, it takes an entire team of individuals working in their departments, collaborating to come up with a comprehensive piece of art. Earlier in this video, I might have mentioned art directors, makeup artists, and even costume or wardrobe designers. However, there are many other key departments in the filmmaking industry such as sound designers, composers, lighting and set designers, casting directors, casting agents, producers, and so on and so forth. However, for this particular section of this video, I actually want to talk about the directors and their DOPs, or the directors of photography, or as I might have called them before, cinematographers. From the masterful directorial stylings of Mohamed Diab and his take on chamber films in 2016's war drama Clash, alongside the perfect partnership with cinematographer Ahmed Gabr, and this Egyptian's class combination of mostly close-up, cowboy and medium shots, giving you both a sense of the depth of this track as well as being completely trapped within it. To the variably different approach of the chamber film classification in Lukman Ali's 2020 Ugandan thriller The Girl with the Yellow Jumper, where director Lukman and his DOP Naizi Nassar deftly maneuver their camera in close quarters, which are scenes I choose not to spoil in this video, but do let me know down in the comment section if it's a movie that you would like us to have a deep discussion or review about. Anyway, Ali and Nassar get to flex more of their visual storytelling skills and techniques in other sequences through the story that these characters share with each other in the movie, thereby giving them a chance to show their characters in full scale, or even just to show their beautiful landscape, and maybe slip in just a little bit of animation to spice things up even more. From the more upbeat tone of director Kofi Ofosu-Teboah and his collaboration with cinematographer Marcin Shochinski in the Ghanaian drama Public Toilet Africa, wherein following various characters and their storylines, the audience is also treated to an exquisite sightseeing experience that centers you into these streets as much as it does its characters. To the more subdued tone of the, I'm going to say drama, but I know this should be a superhero origin story, 2018's Supermodo, directed by Likarion Wainaina in collaboration with his DOP Volker Titel, who perfectly staged their characters in their scene compositions, completely absorbing the audience and merging their emotions to those of the characters on screen. Director Rungamo Nyoni and her cinematographic partnership with David Gajego gave us the visually stunning Zambian comedy drama I Am Not a Witch, where the director Amjad Abualala and cinematographer Sebastien Gupfer crafted the absolutely beautiful yet dreadful Sudanese drama in 2019's You Will Die at 20. Each director and cinematographer have their own unique styles of visual storytelling, and when they collaborate, we get a mash of these two styles, making our films look and feel so damn clean. In listing the names of these directors and cinematographers, I also wanted to showcase the diversity and the inclusion within the African filmmaking industry. From German to Polish to British to Colombian to American, we have a lot of skillful talents who are interested in helping our directors and our storytellers put out their stories in very tasteful packages. And I really could go on and on, because this is not a complete list of every single film that I think looks good in the African sphere. No, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Feel free to share some of your favorites down in the comment section below. Recommend them. Make friends with people who share similar tastes. Let's talk about them, and hey, who knows, some of them might actually be appearing on this channel sometime down in the future. But hey, before I let you go, allow me just a minute to gush over one movie that I feel is absolutely the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen on screen. Well, of late. And that is in the 2019 Basotho film, This Is Not a Burial, It's a Resurrection. Now there's this line, every frame was like a painting, that you've probably heard from every film reviewer ever. But just take a moment, look at your screen. What do you think of all these random clips that I just picked up from this movie? Don't they actually fit that phrase, that every single frame of this movie feels like a painting? The close-up shots look like portrait paintings. The extra wide shots are composited like plain art paintings. Even the moments of chaos where the camera is shifting and shaking actually feel like expressionistic art, if not post-impressionistic art. The director Lemohang Jeremiah Mosese relies on minimal and deliberate camera movement, in which the camera is mostly still, doing maybe a slow dynamic zoom, or even motion does a slight controlled pan. And this steady, almost static imagery works well with the poetic undertones of the story, as well as the mythic narration of the storyteller. If left at that, then this could very well be just another picture book. However, the director is aware of his medium and uses the advantages of motion in film and further advances this scene composition through superb staging and blocking, which basically refers to the placement of objects or the movement of people on screen, which Mosesa uses artistically to either move the narrative or to create subtext. And Lemohan collaborated with cinematographer Pierre Dovillier, whose mastery behind the camera captures both the beautiful and expansive Lesotho landscapes with fantastic wide and long shots, as well as the deep and haunted personas of these characters through intrusive close-up shots. Cinematographer Dovillier greatly incorporates the natural ambient light of shooting on location, composing some very magnificent scenes. And even when asked to source for alternative light sources, the scenes still capture the eye and the audience is not lost on the subject of the scene composition. For me, what this movie gets right visually far outweighs any of the negative things it does. And if you know anything about me, I absolutely love that 4.3 aspect ratio. So the fact that this movie is presented as such is just icing on the cake. I will probably be discussing this movie on a video discussion of its own, but in a video talking about how good African movies look now, I just had to gush a little bit about it. Thank you so much for giving me your time and watching this video. If it's your first time here, or maybe you're a returning viewer and you enjoy the type of video content on this channel, be sure to join the beautiful AER community. I really should stop saying beautiful, shouldn't I? I've been your beautiful host, Uncle Omari. Oh no, I can't think of another word. Have yourselves a beautiful day. I'm ending the video, I can't stop saying beautiful. And I hope to see you all in the next one. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, it's true.